Filtry here, and today's video is going to be kind of like a favorites of Tom Brady from the PC video. So I'll just kind of, this is a stack. They're all different Bradys. They're all slabbed. The majority are PSA slabbed. There are some Beckett's in here, so we'll start with this one. We'll just go through these. So these were picked up over the years. I bought a lot of Brady's around 2010, 2011. They've obviously increased in price since then. They were still expensive back then though too. So here's a Rookies and Stars. Now this is a Beckett 9. It's got the 8.5 corner, so it's got some white showing on the corners here. But the Rookies and Stars is actually probably the most valuable card in this whole stack. These are going raw for like $600 or $700 right now. So back in the day they were about 150. Here's the EX. Now this is the highest grade I could find in my storage boxes of this card. I think I only had a couple of it. So this is the EX out of 1500. This was a very cool set when it came out. So PSA 8. This is also very tough. I think a couple PSA 10s have sold for around 1500 to 2000 of this card. So the EX out of 1500. Up next we got the Ultimate Victory. Beautiful card. It's got the same photo. It's kind of like how Topps and Topps Chrome have two different photos, or the same photos, but one card is like Chrome. So there is a Victory set with Brady, and then this is the Ultimate Victory. This one's out of 2000. You could find these in hobby boxes back in the day. I think you got like 2 or 3 rookies per box, and there was probably 60 rookies, so the odds of pulling a Brady were tough. So this is a 10. I'm pretty sure I bought this one raw and just sent it in years and years ago. That card's probably worth about $700 now, though. Pacific Vanguard. Not as highly noted as some of the other sets from this year. It is numbered on the back here to 762. Great looking card. He's in his senior bowl attire, I think. So he's got the Michigan helmet. You got the Patriots logo right there. This is a mint 9. This set's not easy. I don't think it's the toughest either, though. So PSA 9 of that one. We've got the Prestige. This is a tough set because of the foil. So here's the Prestige. It's out of 2500. And it kind of shows all the players that the Patriots drafted in 2000. So out of 2500. So a little higher print than some of the other ones we've seen so far, but nonetheless a great looking Brady. Mint 9 on that. We got the Pros and Prospects. I used to pick these up for about 100 to 125 raw. And little secret about this set is it's really easy to grade. I think I sent 6 in and I got 5 10s and 1 mint 9. So it's not tough because the card is white. It's got white stock, so there's not a lot that can go wrong with it. This card's, I think raw it's going for like $500 now or something. So not sure what a 10 of this or a mint 9 of this is worth. Probably like 800 or 900. But it's just crazy how much these cards have gone up over the years. And I honestly think that Brady's stuff is going to continue to go up. So I don't think it's too late. After last year's Super Bowl when they won, I said he was a buy when I did a video on the whiteboard. And I'm going to say 1 year later, he's a buy. Leaf Certified. This is a great looking card. It's the 4 stars. I think the 5 stars were the more highly touted rookies, and I think they were numbered a little bit. I think they were out of 1,000. So here's a 4-star to 1500 of the Leaf Certified. Great looking Brady card. It's actually one of my favorites. Next up is Donruss. This is a neat looking set. The setup of all these cards, like these were tough, pretty tough pulls back in the day. Most of these sets, you would average anywhere from like 1 to 5 rookies per box. And the rookie pool was pretty big. So like to pull a Brady from Donruss, it'd probably take 2 or 3 cases to pull one of these. So they were very tough pulls. I actually busted some of this stuff back when I was like a sophomore in high school. Some of these products, and you don't get that many rookies. So back in the day, we were trying to pull like Pennington, Jamal Lewis, Sean Alexander. Here's the Upper Deck Ionics. Now this set's definitely not one of the toughest. It's a really cool set because it's like a totally different kind of foil. If you've ever held one of these in your hands, It's just a really neat card very iconic card from back in the day. So the Futuristics to 2000. That's in a 10. Now this set's really tough. If you guys ever buy these raw or try to slab this, the metal, there's a metal base and there's a metal emerald. Now this is the emerald. It's an 8. I just recently sent this one off and got it back. So an 8's not terrible. Obviously you'd want like an 8.5 or 9 in it, but it's a nice looking 8. So very nice Brady. Fleer Mystique. So out of 2000. Where's it numbered at? Oh yeah, duh. It's right down here in the bottom right. It's kind of hard to see, but Fleer Mystique. I think some of the rookies, or maybe the inserts of this, you had to peel off the front. So mint 9 in the Mystique. This is probably the most common one out of the whole stack. This one was, you got pretty much one of these per hobby box. Now the fact that it sells for as much as it does, it might be just because it's Bowman and it's a cool image of Brady. That might be why it sells raw for like 150 to 175 right now. I recently got this one back. I think it was a GMA 10 that I snapped, and it got a mint 9, but I was just like double checking the card and looking at it over and over, and it looks like a 10 to me. So to me it's a 10. That's in a nice slab. I love this one. I think I like this one a little bit more than the Bowman. Tougher pull than the Bowman. You got six of these star rookies per box of Upper Deck, because there were 1 in 4 packs, and the rookie pool was pretty big. So Brady was definitely not a gimme. Probably about 2 per case. Compared to the Bowman, you got pretty much 12 per case. So the Upper Deck star rookie. Showcase. This is a badass one, and I actually have the one that's horizontal in my. It's at the bank and it's out of 250, but it's not slabbed. So this is the Showcase, kind of like the base version. I think it's 1500. No, it's 2000. So Prospect Showcase. Just look at that card. I think it's cool with the shadow in the eyes. So there's that one. We got this is now the Parallel 100. Actually, funny story about this one. I didn't, not this one right here, but I did pull this card back in the day, and then I sold it. Like I pulled it in like 2001. I sold it in 2006 for like 40 bucks. And I was like, wow, that was a great sell. That's probably worth $300 or $400 now. But I bought this one raw and got it slabbed as an 8. So great looking card. It's numbered to 100. That's an extremely low print for a 2000 card. Here is the Donruss Elite. Now this was one of the first products that came out in 2000 by Donruss, Topps, or Upper Deck. So it's out of 2000. I think some of the other rookies were numbered a little bit lower. Actually, I think 2000 was pretty much the standard for all the rookies. So it's cool that Brady, you know, there's a lot of sets that he was left out of, like Topps Finest and Topps Chrome. But he did make it in a lot of these sets, probably because he was a quarterback and from Michigan. So Pacific Aurora, PSA 10. And there's something about these cards that is just awesome to me. You know, you don't need the event-worn patches, and they don't need to be signed. They're just it's just a base card, and I think these go for about 30 to 40 raw, and then PSA 10s are about 100. So there's the Aurora. Not my favorite. This is a very condition sensitive set. If you've ever tried, actually let's do this one, then we'll save that one for last. Ultra. This is the gold medallion. Now these are going for like 150, 175 raw. I bought this raw and got it slabbed, and I got a mint 9. So the Ultra gold medallion, and then the Ultra base in a 10. I think I sent this in years and years ago and got a 10 on it. This isn't the toughest set. They did a nice job with the corners and the edges on these to assure they weren't dinged up bad. Like 2001 Ultra is almost impossible to get a 10 because of the top edge. So this is the set that it's got to have a low pop, because if you ever try to buy this card raw, now they sell for about 30 to 40 raw, but they're always dinged up here on the bottom or like chipped up all around the card. So to have a PSA 10 and then to take a look at it and it actually looks like a 10 is pretty cool. the value on this one, I think it's $250 right now. So if you want a cool low pop Pacific, I pick up the Pacific Brady. Great card. So that's it. Just want to show some Bradys. They're cool to look back on now. I pretty much sent all these in myself, bought them raw, and sent them in over the years, and then just kind of compiled the collection. I'll get this one uploaded later.